What's going on, moviegoers? So, Jared Leto, the Joker, is looking to expand his resume on comic book characters other than DC's The Joker. He is now linked to play Morbius in Morbius, the Living Vampire, the SpiderMan Universe. Kind of weird that he would accept this role. I mean, I love Jared Leto as an actor. I feel like he's fucking phenomenal. Dallas Buyers Club, one of his best movies. His performance as the Joker wasn't for me, but other people liked him. It just wasn't my Joker, and that's me being honest. But he accepted the role for Morbius in Morbius the Living Vampire. Now, it's just this whole spiderless SpiderMan universe is really tricky and interesting to me. Because this isn't the only film we're getting. They were making a Silver Sable and Black Cat movie, but I heard that got pushed back, and I don't think that's still going to be in production for a while. But they did just, drop that trailer for Venom not too long ago. So that's, in the Spider-Man, I don't know what's going on with this Spider-Man spiderless universe. Like, is Tom Holland Spider-Man, Peter Parker going to be in Venom? Is he going to be in this Morbius movie? Sony is doing these spin-off films. This has nothing to do with Marvel. So it's very confusing with this whole spiderless Spider-Man universe. I mean, how could you have a whole bunch of Spider-Man villains have their own films, but without Spider-Man really being in the film? You know what I mean? So it's very interesting to me. But the Morbius, the comic book character, was created by Roy Thomas and Gil Hayne in the first appearance in 1971, The Amazing Spider-Man number 101. I know him best for the animated series in the 90s. He was always fighting Spider-Man, and then Blade would come around because, the Daywalker hated vampires. But a little backstory. The project is based on an anti-hero, Morbius, the living vampire. Morbius, Michael Morbius, a scientist who suffered from a rare blood disease and attempted to cure himself, but got disastrous results. Instead of being cured, he became afflicted with a condition that was a form of vampirism, the thirst for blood, along with fangs and super strength, and is also known for fighting Spider-Man. So it's really tricky. This whole spin-off universe is really tricky. I mean, yeah, it can work if they're doing an origin story. So I can see Spider-Man not being in that film for the meantime. So I can see that potentially working. But going down further on, if they decide to do a sequel, I mean, why not throw Spider-Man in there? It's only right. You know what I mean? So I'm curious to see, where this project really goes and what rating it's going to be. Because when we're talking about vampires, we're talking about, some hardcore fangs and blood and shit like that. So I hope they don't really pettifog it and be like, oh, it's going to give this a PG-13 rating and have it real kid friendly. Because when I think of Blade and Morbius, they go toe to toe. So if Blade isn't somewhat in this universe or like has something to do with Morbius further down the line, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Very disappointed. Because Blade, Spider-Man, and Morbius have all met in the comics and the TV series. It's only right, if Spider-Man and Blade end up in these future movies further down the line, or vice versa. Morbius, Jared Leto's character, Morbius, enters the MCU and is in a Spider-Man film. So it's very tricky when we have the Spider-Man spiderless universe, if you ask me. But I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot. I really am. I mean, like I said, I really enjoy Jared Leto's work. He's a phenomenal actor, and I'm always willing to give projects new tries and stuff like that. Especially when it comes to comic book movies, because I fucking love comic book movies. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. And I wonder if this is in the same universe as Venom. Maybe, possibly, who knows? I mean, who knows, man? I have no idea. It's gonna be tricky. But man, what does this mean for the Joker? Because I know they just announced not too long ago that Jared Leto was gonna star his own standalone Joker film. I mean, is he gonna be opting out of the DC world and coming into the Sony Spider-Verse world? So it's gonna be very interesting to see what Jared Leto does as Morbius. But yeah, man, I mean, he definitely, I feel like he has the looks, the long hair, you know, it's really thin. You know, he can get the pale skin going and the fangs. And, you know, we'll see how the storyline develops. Hope it's not corny as fuck. I hope it's not corny. I hope it's not corny. That's something I do not want to see as a vampire movie. Super, super corny. I'm a big vampire guy. I love vampire movies. You have Bram Stoker's Dracula. You have Interview with the Vampire. I mean, some of the most iconic vampire fucking movies are just phenomenal. I mean, The Lost Boys. The list goes on. So I'm going to be very harsh if these vampires aren't up to my standards. Don't give me that Twilight twinkly bullshit vampire shit. Don't give me that at all. Give me some hardcore vampire shit. And even make his face, you know what I mean, like bulge out like those creepy looking vampires. Not just, you know, pale fangs, long hair. Don't give me that. Give me something creepy like The Lost Boys. That right there is my style of vampires. I love that look over, you know, those vampires look. That's how I like it. But you guys, Jared Leto is key to star in the Morbius movie spinoff, SpiderMan Universe. Yeah. Push your comments down below, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this idea. What do you think about this Morbius film? What do you think about it not having Spider-Man, you know, to do with it? I mean, push your comments down below, you guys. Let me know what you all think about what's going on with Sony. All right, you guys. Thank you all for taking time out of your day to watch Zero Productions. Peace.